Hello everyone. In the previous video, we saw Khushi and Ravin gradually got closer as they spent hours talking to each other. They had built good trust and understanding, but it was just the beginning. Keep watching to know what happens next. Another step closer. The relationship between Ravin and Khushi had changed. They were in love for the first time. Was it love at first sight? No, it wasn't. In fact, they hadn't even met. All of his friends thought this was a crazy idea. In fact, being in love with a person you haven't met is a crazy thing, but deciding to marry that person is crazier. Many things had changed. He slept less and talked more. His status on Orkut changed from single to committed. She became the password to his several IDs. Love was in the air. Kushi had told her family about Ravin from their first call, but the case wasn't the same at his end. This very thing made Kushi uncomfortable, so Ravin had promised her that he would say about her to his family. But he couldn't do so, as he had to give a test at IMS. So finally he told her that he would inform his parents about Kushi the next weekend. The next weekend arrived and Ravin was panicking. Ravin was smart and he took his brother on his side. As soon as they reached home, he got nervous. Every time he was about to spill it out, something would happen. Finally, after lunch, he somehow gathered enough courage and started the topic. And fortunately, gathering all his shy courage, he narrated his story so far. He even showed her picture, and his mom and dad were happy. Monday morning, they reached home in Bhubaneswar. Ravin called Khushi and informed her about what had happened, and she was so happy that she wanted to pull him into her bed and kiss him madly. Another milestone in their love story was crossed, but as they say, love is a blend of different emotions. Soon an evening came when he made her cry, and then he cried because she was crying. It was another weekend and Ravin was annoyed, having scored rather badly in self-exam. Kushi called him up, but he was in no mood to talk to her at that moment. And as it was already decided among them that Kushi would try to speak in Punjabi after marriage, so he asked her to speak in Punjabi. But Kushi said, what if she doesn't, just to tease him. Ravin replied by saying, if so, then I will take you back to your home and leave you there. Kushi felt bad and she hung up. Ravin realized what he had just said. He couldn't even call her up as it would be inappropriate to do so. Later in the evening, he went to ATM to get some cash for his ticket back to Bhubaneswar. It was drizzling and standing in the queue in front of ATM, he dialed her number. She replied promptly, but her voice was shaking. It was clear that she was crying. Ravin felt guilty for making her cry. He apologized and hit his hand on a pole on the side of the street and started crying loudly in the rain. But very soon Kushi stopped him from crying and kept on requesting not to cry. The broken heart was comforting the heart that had broken it. She made him realize how after marriage she had to leave everyone and everything behind just to be with the man she had loved. Ravin felt guilty, but at the same time, he understood her girl's situation, the sacrifices she made for the man of her dreams. It was the beginning of October. Almost 3 months they knew each other. Ravin had talked to her entire family and she had talked to his. In fact, Kushi became very good friend of Ravin's mom. They talked about Ravin and his mom shared every joy and sorrow with her. Kushi knew the importance of the family and knew how to care for it. Ravin wanted to dedicate at least 3 to 4 months for the preparation of CAT exam. They decided they would not talk on calls after 10 p.m. on weekdays, as on weekend they had surplus time. Kushi had made Ravin enjoy every moment of his life, the good, the bad and the challenging. She had made them all simply wonderful. The first week it was quite tough to control the urge of talking, but soon the weekend came and they both were excited to talk to each other at the night, as night is really a beautiful time to talk for lovebirds. They began talking. A little later, She told about her friend's engagement, and in a short while, she was talking about how their engagement would be like. They both knew it would be the best evening of their life, standing beside each other and making their friends jealous for possessing each other. They spoke about how they would bail out towards terrace, grabbing each other in arms as if they were one, completely into each other, unaware of the existence of others. Kushi felt as if Ravin was hypnotizing her with a kiss on her neck, casting a spell that she did not want to come out of. She was breathing faster and shivering. Her passionate voice was stimulating Ravin further. Ravin described every second with passion. He described how the rain would interrupt them, but anyhow, that would not matter as their lips were in love already. The kiss that he described lasted for quite a while, and this made them realize that they were comfortable with each other, wanting to explore depths of their relationship. It was funny how they were indulged in virtual reality, forgetting the time. It was close to sunrise when they hung up. Ravin didn't know when he fell asleep and started dreaming. The next morning was beautiful, with the sun rays bouncing into his room through the window. He called her as soon as he got fresh. Kushi answered with love in every word she spoke. Ravin accused her for making him say everything that he had told the previous night. Kushi started laughing and said it was Ravin who had not only crossed all the limits but also pulled her on the other side. She said all the boys were alike and how boys were like a chameleon. Ravin remembered that he had heard this word in bio but wasn't sure what it was. They spoke to each other for quite a while before they hung up. Ravin had to go to States for a project and he had to tell this to Kushi and his family. He called Kushi, but she didn't pick the call. So he got back to his studies. After a few minutes, he got a call and he could see her name flashing on the screen. Ravin picked up the call and said, "Hi, Jan," with a small kiss. "You." "Hi, damn." It was Neeru. What a blunder. Ravin was confused. Should he talk or disconnect the call? Ravin hoped that she hadn't heard his previous line because of some chamatkar. Kushi was in the washroom when he had called, but very soon she was back. Ravin said, "Hey, thank God you are back." But Kushi excused herself for a minute, and very soon, along with Neeru, Kushi started to tease Ravin for what had just happened now. Ravin was shocked about how Neeru had acted as if she hadn't heard anything and thought the analogy of chameleon suited girls even better. Ravin remembered why he had actually called her. He told her about his project in the US for a month and explained how important this project was for his career. Kushi felt sad hearing this and she was about to cry. Ravin had to cheer her up. So he told her that he had to board his plane from New Delhi and before that he promised to spend a whole day with her. They would finally be able to see each other. The fact that they would spend an entire day with each other gave some comfort to their hearts. Every passing day was marked, and as the time passed, their feelings got stronger. And finally, the day arrived when they were gonna meet each other for the very first time. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for latest uploads.